break from a small skirmish ending. I just wanted to cut it up into smaller YouTube sections without editing. I'll just restart the stream. Doesn't really matter because I have a non-existent stream audience at this time of day. Anyway, the Army of New England was pushed back in a rather boring skirmish. It was an actual field battle with me marching towards the victory location on the map for half an hour, and then the battle ended because the AI withdrew. We do need to keep an eye on Army of New England, but the main thing here is our invasion and attempt at capturing Baltimore. Keep an eye on 19th of June. When we're at 23rd of June, the Cumberland Pass should be garrisoned. But for now, no, wait. Keep Pickett. Did you? No, you're sleeping. You need to get moving. Oh shit! 6 hours to give orders. This is not good because I will have to withdraw, and that's gonna mess up with the readiness. The Pickett's Corps has no troops. Look, they're all waiting for reinforcements, and I'm 100% sure I gave him order to sit up here in the Cumberland Gap here, but for some reason they're making camp by the river. And it's 12 o'clock in the day, so they're not, because the first corps is happily going by rail along a country road here, so they're moving super fast. Lots of weird stuff going on as usual in this game. Yeah, I think we're gonna get caught up, and let's see. You can't see the units being transferred. All of them are being transferred, right? Do we have any troops here? No. Yeah, we should have 1,000 troops. The Peninsula Cavalry. So the numbers don't add up quite. That's unfortunate that somehow Pickett decided to make camp. And even though it's 4 hours left before his order to start moving again is there, apparently he is now moving. So that confuses me. He should be sitting still waiting to be overrun, right? For another 4 hours. Oh, sorry, that was a withdrawal. He's withdrawing. Okay, so that's unfortunate, but again, it's this eternal AI initiative thing where they insists on messing things up. Army of Northeastern Virginia, 14,000. Yeah, I can handle them. They're not gonna kick me out of Baltimore. Question is, wait, how many troops does he have in Washington? I'm gonna keep him honest here. We have a corps. We're gonna make him a siege corps. Siege train. There we go. So 11th Corps, South Carolinian Corps, is now an offensive, and that's handy, right? Because we are going to move towards Washington with them. I guess we'll go by rail up. Yeah, we're gonna send the 12th Corps as well up here by rail. Oh, did you notice now how, and the artillery corps, I don't see any reason why not to bring all three. Well, we're gonna wait with artillery. I mean, all together though, with these retreating troops, Burnside's army, Army of Shenandoah might be a little bit of a trouble, but, oh, did he just Yeah, Washington is gonna fall, it seems. Burnside's attacked on Alexandria when that failed. Oh, wait. So why do these guys have crossed sabers now? I think that's a visual bug, one of many. Because surely, or we had West Virginia Corps preparing siege, correct? So someone, oh, I suppose when Army of the James traversed the control zone of the West Virginian Corps here, they kind of ended up in a siege, but Army of James is still able to move, which they shouldn't be, because if they get like stuck in a siege, you have to resolve that before you just keep moving. So somehow this army can still move. Is that a bug? But I think I see what was happening. They decided to reinforce the Washington area with the Cumberland garrison, which is the right thing to do, if you ask me. But I am confused to what's happening. Oh, there is a battle here with the Army of the James. I was correct. And also, I questioned the how can you engage in sieges with army headquarters, which are always empty. There is no, you can't fill up army headquarters. They always consist of one man. Obviously, that represents an entire HQ organization, so I don't worry about that. But since you don't have any combat units, they can't really fight. They need attached units, like a corps or something. And now, when the first corps is... Oh, the first corps was in the siege and has withdrawn from it to get to Washington. I can tell you, I've never been this... I'm not confused. I am questioning. I have so many questions after playing. Let me check Steam. It's a 250 hours I played this game, and yet I'm like shaking my head. Usually this is how I feel in a game the first 50 hours, not after 250 hours in the game. This video campaign has gone on for weeks and I played it a lot, and I'm like, I don't understand. Alright, Washington is empty. Here comes Army of Shenandoah, is now in contact with Army of Northeastern Virginia. We outnumber them. It's an engagement. Do I... Yeah, you know, I want to fight this. The thing I don't understand is... Will I be the attacker or will I be the defender? From a realistic point of view, I am sitting in Baltimore, right? And the Union Army came to me. The Union Army is on the left side and the Confederate Army is on the right side. I think that might make me the defender in the upcoming field battle. I could deploy to defend and it would become a siege. But I mean, this army is super elite. They're not gonna defeat me unless they have more troops coming. They're not gonna win. This is my best army. Before the campaign ends, let's enjoy all our elite troops in one last field battle. But isn't it weird that I still don't understand who's going to be the... Is it like a coin toss now? Is it just a random assignation? Who's the defender? It's super important. We have 10,000 men more than they do, so... it's very important who's the defender in this game. Extremely important. So it shouldn't be a random... It probably is possible to tell. No, it isn't. It doesn't matter whether I walk up to a Union army sitting still and attacking them, or the other way around. It might become a meeting engagement or a defensive. We are defending. Okay. So I'm gonna work with a assumption that since I was on the right side of the siege menu, I am the defender. Look at the amount of engineering points. We've been here for what? Half a day. Yeah, good luck with that, Union. Good luck with that. And the army is a bit split up, but it seems like for once it starts all on the map. Right, I suppose if they were heavily outnumbering us, maybe they could get across here in the south of the map. But we're gonna just fight up here by victory location, which always makes sense because the AI always just rushes the victory location. I'm gonna say always because it is always, but I suppose with this amount of siege works. So first off, long range. Since we're defending, I'll put the entire army into a single line. I don't see why I shouldn't. And it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Interesting. It's going to be a long day here. But is that a hill? Yeah, it's a bit of slope down. Yeah, we're sitting on a ridge at a crossing. Isn't that sweet? I become quite proficient. I have to admit that when you get used to the fort building system, it is it's quite easy to use. This is that a ford? Yeah, it's a ford. It's not a pontoon bridge buildable. Although it's still super hard. I mean, I'm basically building blind because it's so hard. I just know what I'm doing. It's not like I can see what I'm doing. I just do it instinctively out of all the time I played. So we fortified the two forts or whatever. It's gonna be really hard for the Union to cross there, I can tell you that. And we have such a huge amount of... Let's see what happens if we reinforce these. Yeah. Yeah, we can just make these super hard to assault. They're all fully upgraded now. What these fortifications are Spanish riders, abatis, fallen trees, and Spanish. I mean, they're all wooden, local material, pre-industrial fortifications of this era. I'm fairly certain these like spiky pointy things were used very early, like 16th century sieges, field battles. Even the Romans carried pointy sticks that they made a breastwork with along their movable field army camps that they put up every night. Okay, they didn't look like this, but that was just basically a fence, a garden fence with pointed sticks on the top. Okay, we're talking a major river here. So I don't think they'll be able to cross any other... Yeah. We're gonna fortify the artillery position here. And we're gonna make another division. Attached artillery, wait. We'll fully upgrade them. 19 points left. All right. There is a small chance that the Union outflanks us. I mean, not really. Not really. It's not really a chance they do that. I'm now building a cool fortification. There we go. That's a lot of abatis for 4.4 engineering points. Anyway, if you check the second corps, oh wait, we have, oh, these guys aren't elite. Yeah, I recruited a couple of some new troops to this army. It was just heavily banged up at the beginning of summer 64. They fought a lot. So I suppose at least second corps has troops that aren't fully elite, but the problem is they are like stable morale. Can they get better morale if they rest for a while before the battle starts? Before the enemy arrives and engages, that's what I meant to say. And we have the first corps, which is the smaller one. It's only 7,000 strong and it's fully elite. Right, so I guess I want the second corps to hold the river line, and I put the first corps as a reserve on the objective. Makes sense, huh? Is the AI going to fight? Yes, I think the AI is going to fight in this battle. I suspect he will. He will. The horse artillery, I'd say it's army reserve. What else do we have here? What's this? Oh, it's the. Okay, yeah, we have an entire horse artillery. What you call it? Division. But it's only 36 guns. So I guess the Florida division is only one brigade. Yeah, the Florida hasn't committed a lot of forces to this area. They don't have a lot of volunteers. Florida, they're not. Okay. Mississippi sharpshooters, 5 stars. And a level 2 perk. This is probably the best unit in the army, and they've been 4 or 5 stars since 1861. They leveled up very rapidly. I did fight a lot in 1861, but I played it many months ago, so I can't really tell you. If there is an outflank, yeah, I want the 3rd Mississippi to be where a possible outflank is gonna hit me. Okay. So Pelham's. It seems we have a separate artillery division, Pelham's division, with 23 guns. Yeah, it's only 340. Okay. Look at this artillery, 5 stars. Jesus. Good luck, Union. Good luck. You'll need it. That's for sure. I'm not bragging here, I'm just saying that it's beautiful. So, where is the Union going to attack? Well, obviously, they're gonna go down to Hoy. Why am I so certain about that? Well, because the AI is very predictable in an unfortunately boring way. Where's the artillery? Ah, no artillery. All right. Bit weird there. Bit weird. Here we have only 4 stars. That's some shitty Virginia artillery. I'm just joking. It's very good. So 5th Virginia Division under Gladden here. I'm not saying the commanders are super good. Wait. 1st Virginia has 3 sharpshooter perk. Okay, sorry. This is the best unit in the army. Okay. let's just zoom out there. So we have 2nd Corps at the river. We have 5th Virginia Division on the left, very elite. We have the 1st Alabama Division. Wait a minute. Right, we only have one elite Alabama, and they for some reason have Iron Discipline. Listen, that's one of the first one who's got the perk at the beginning of the campaign, back way back. And I actually think it was a battle, and these guys were almost about to break, and in panic I assigned this, like, oh, don't break, because the Union is gonna win the battle. And so I gave him Iron Discipline. But it's the only brigade in the army that has Iron Discipline instead of sharpshooters. But the Morse and Roddy's brigades here, they are raw recruits. They have been in battle before. It's not their first battle. But only stable and kind of shaky red. Oh right, this is new as well. If you hover over morale, you can see what's affecting it. Basic rally value, 10%. Don't know what that is. Commander attribute, we don't have a good commander here apparently. Supported 5%, in cover 10%, overall change per hour plus 25. So every hour we're gonna regain morale. But maximum morale is kept by fighting spirit 49%. So these guys can never get above 49%. Whatever 49% is, that's another good question. Maybe they are capped out now. Red, shaky, stable is their highest morale. Let's see the Alabama. They're confident, 77. They get morale from nearby commanders. Alright, so it's very important that you place... No. Sorry. It's very important that you place... Can I... Let's see if they have nearby commanders now. They do not. Yes, they do. 14%. But the cap is still the same. They just change. They just increase their morale faster. So leaders don't affect. They affect the recuperation rate on morale, but they don't. That makes sense, I suppose. Interesting. You know what? I might as well support these poor noob. Cause I know the Union gonna charge down here. It's just not. It's not a question. It's just. Okay, sorry about that. A bit interesting though. We discussed morale issues that I recently discovered from a YouTube video that I just haven't hovered over the morale. Obviously, when these hearts become red and reach the end of the white hearts, the unit breaks or routes. So 80% is the fighting spirit, although they're only confident. All right, here we have an 80% fighting spirit. What about the reserve here? 80% maxed out. Okay, interesting here now. The Iron Discipline. Cohesion increases 25% faster. Cohesion. They regain cohesion faster. That's what the perk does? All right, Iron Discipline doesn't do anything with morale. Let's see. Let's check their morale. Yeah, they have 77%. They do increase by 91%. That's probably the nearby commander. 30%. Is that a good commander we have here? He seems to be rather. Oh, Chatham. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah. Okay. I guess if you plan on maneuvering a lot with a brigade, you like to move to a place and regain cohesion fast so you can engage faster. Iron Discipline is more about maneuvering, if you ask me, rather than, well, it's bad losing cohesion in a firefight. But to be honest, I have not been checking out. If you defend and you stand, you usually don't lose. It's morale you lose. You don't lose cohesion so much. So I feel it kind of misrepresents it to call it iron discipline. Maybe they should call it like super proficient marching band. Anyway, and it might, if you level up to level 2 and 3, the perk, maybe you get other bonuses as well. Maybe the morale. But anyway, iron discipline is a cohesion bonus. They understand the meaning of keeping the ranks together under fire. I don't. Cohesion is seldom the problem for me in battle. And you can't give it to cavalry, and cavalry might be. They are the ones that move around the most. Okay, in an offensive army, where you're out, if you had like a specific division in your army that's like, this is the division, they're gonna always outflank and skirmish and be not in the front line of fire, so they're not gonna be sharpshooters. They're gonna recover cohesion fast, so I can move them around a lot. I can see that. But the Confederates almost constantly fights outnumbered, meaning they rarely have the numbers to have specific special purpose units. 8 o'clock in the morning, no sight of the Union. So maybe that's more of a Union thing, to have offensive perks for some of their brigades. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That's kind of why I look forward to playing the Union. I mean, the Union side. How well is if I can defeat the Union on highest difficulty? Well, it's 1864, so it wasn't a cakewalk or anything, but playing the Union should be easier than the Confederacy, right? I asked around on experienced YouTubers and Steam forums what would be the best settings for a Union campaign. I'm thinking highest difficulty level, 150%. You take more losses, you inflict fewer losses, and right. But what would be the best aggressiveness setting? I watched one stream where the player used mediocre, which should be like the medium setting. It's not the AI is not more aggressive and it's not less aggressive than standard. Mediocre. It's a weird word. Medium aggressiveness would be better, and the Confederate AI was super aggressive and pushed his armies into the Union player and suffered immense casualties just making these stupid attacks. So I'm thinking of you putting the Confederate AI on even lower, like negative aggressiveness. I think that's the right thing to do. Let me know in the comments if you know anything about that and what you prefer. I mean, I would do this to make the AI stronger and harder to defeat, to make it for a better campaign, more challenging. Because I still feel it's not good enough, the AI. Yes. 10 o'clock, 10:20. Getting close to noon. We're just waiting. We don't have any cavalry to scout with. None. I learned that it's a good idea to keep at least one brigade of cavalry in each army. I'm going to do that in the future. Why? Well, I've seen sacrificial artillery charges by the AI. And I've taken out batteries. Actually, I think it was this army. Yeah, this army's artillery got mangled in a field battle where I was fighting. The army of Shenandoah, can go back in the series and watch it. It was the latest battle. It was fighting out. Yeah, it was the battle before this one versus Burnside outside Washington. Burnside has 60,000 troops heading towards Shenandoah army with 20,000 or something. But Lee was reinforcing with, say, 30,000 or something. But they were marching from one end of the map to the other, and all that while the army of Shenandoah had to fight the entire Union army. So they were fighting, I don't know, 5 or 6 to 1. And then all of a sudden, I was outflanked, and some Union brigades charged my cavalry from behind, my artillery. And without some reserve cavalry to, like, I mean, I could potentially be outflanked here and have a suicidal kill artillery charge put in, and I have no reserves to handle that. So I just learned that it's a nice little feature to have some cavalry to protect, not to scout, not to pursue after one battle, because that's impossible, not to protect your flanks, just as a, yes, you're outnumbered, so you can't cover everywhere. The AI might actually suicide charge your artillery, so keep some sort of, I suppose an infantry brigade could serve the same purpose. Here we can see the Virginians in their blue and light blue uniforms. Here we can see some, I'd say, Mississippians in their green uniforms. Here we see some Florida troops in their yellow uniforms. We have Florida troops here, yellow uniforms. This should be Mississippians in their light green. More Mississippians, yeah. Here we have Jones. We have light gray South Carolinians. We have dark gray Alabamans. More Alabama troops in dark green uniforms, I think. It doesn't say here because I haven't renamed these ones. Yeah, these should be from Alabama. Dark green. The rookies of the army. All right. No Union troops. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Over on the left flank, we have Virginians. They have a Union army uniform. Light blue pants, dark blue jacket. It just happened. It wasn't intentional. Yeah. Right, so I am using 3 Virginian brigades in an offensive field army. I know I said just earlier that I don't want to fight with Virginian troops because Virginia state support is going down and we are running out of volunteers. But these troops are just too good to not use or used as a garrison or defensively. I'm just talking here to get the... We're running speed 10. I can't do this any faster. And if I go into HQ and talk about the Union Army, we're gonna pause, aren't we? Yep. So I can't do that either. But it seems good to me. Maybe they surprise me and outflank me and we'll have a proper battle. I wouldn't be too worried about that because we're fighting 1-to-1. And as you can see, why can't I get a tooltip up? Here, there we go. Yeah, fighting experience is 49%. This brigade cannot have more than flashing stable morale. It's capped by fighting spirit. Okay, so how do you calculate fighting spirit? The above numbers is just the influence on morale gain per hour, right? I don't know how you calculate fighting spirit. Loss resilience. Units can break due to low morale or too high casualties. The loss resilience is determined by the nation's military experience of the unit, training and commanders, leadership. Right, so I guess it's, in a way, it's more important to have good leaders on inexperienced units. And I think that's kind of what I've done. These elite brigades that you see here, once their leaders become experienced, I have promoted them and given them fairly bad, like default lieutenants and captains, and promoted them to colonels. So many of these elite brigades don't have super good commanders. That doesn't mean that you have good commanders on newly recruited brigades now. My field army is full. I don't have any leaders left, basically. I used all my commanders. I think the game should maybe create some... They can be really bad, but you should never run out of commanders, right? I could take a conscripted private and make him a colonel if I wanted to. And I don't think you can have A brigade without a leader. So what happens if you recruit a new brigade from a state and there are no commanders available? Maybe that's when... oh, I'm paused. Why am I paused? 2:20 in the afternoon. It's been a fun campaign, but oh, are you serious? No, they arrive. Oh, half of their army just arrived at 2:40 in the afternoon. 12,000. Okay. Well, here's what I would do if I was the Union. I would wait for this half of the army to arrive and march up, and tomorrow I would fight. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna send their exhausted, low cohesion half of army, 1 to 2 outnumbered, into these fortifications. I guarantee it. I would bet you a lot. And I have a very difficult time to see the AI marching through this wilderness here. I suppose there's a tiny chance that they will cross down here by Argyle Mill. But I'd give it 1%, 2-3% chance. It's not even 5% chance that they would... Like, entrance point, victory location. AI, go straight. Do. It doesn't matter how suicidal it is. Now, let's say you could script the AI to, like, do not engage within firing range of the enemy before you at least recovered all your cohesion and lined up in line formation. It doesn't even do that. It sends artillery batteries limbered up with low cohesion all the way into the firing line alone. It's the argument it's hard to program AI. It's not good enough here. It is, yes, of course it is. But I mean, if the AI is just march from A to B, that's it. It's not an AI. And it's not a game script. You can't release a game today like that. Not this game. So I'm sorry to say it. Don't expect a challenging tactical battle AI. It's not even decent. I know people write that it's improved. I don't see how. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, no sight of the Union forces. That is good news. I don't know why the AI hasn't decided to engage yet. It started 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, so they've had time to... Oh, here they come. All right, let's see. Let's put my theory... Interesting. Are they real? Are they lining up? Yes. All right, so I'm positively surprised. They did not charge down the road, one brigade at a time. They are doing something fancy here up to the right. Can they even cross this river? I don't think they can cross here, so... You can see the low cohesion symbol here. Yeah, it's a major river. I think they're just bouncing on the river bed here. Or maybe they have the engineering perk. Well, I don't have any reserve. Well, yes, I do. I have the 1st Alabama as a reserve. First off, okay, I'm not going to get cocky here because remember, this is a really shaky brigade. So they're not going to hold for very long. Even versus an extremely subpar Union attack. So I think we're gonna need to protect our right flank here, even though I'm not even sure they'll be able to cross the river here. It looks weird, right? Are they across or not? And it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so in June I think you fight all the way to 8 or maybe even 9 o'clock in the evening. So they still have 2 or 3 hours of fighting time before the battle ends. But you know, I can order these horse artillery to engage. Are they gonna move or not? I don't know. They're not moving, are they? Gonna give them order again. Okay, since they're not advancing off the river, I think they are still on the other side of the river. This is just a weird. Okay, so this skirmisher can't handle the ford and the river, the near closeness of the river. So we're gonna have to tell them there's where you're going. Maybe they can handle. Fords really mess up the AI, the marching. Are they on this side of the river though? Maybe. Okay, if that's the case. Okay, we do have some troops on the left flank. But do I have to reinforce? I think I do. I think I do. I mean, we know we're not going to be outflanked. So we're just going to march. What's the call again? The Florida division is 1 brigade. Okay, I'm not interested in sending them. How about the 2nd Mississippi division? Yeah, that's what we're gonna send. Is Pelham artillery? I'm a bit confused about my OOB here. We're gonna send the 2nd Mississippi division in columns and have them deploy back here. There we go. 1st brigade is across, I suppose. And they're already shaken. And that's another thing. I think the AI should be programmed to rename their brigades a little bit more. It could be called, this is the 4th 8th Army, so it could be called 1st Brigade / 4th 8th. I mean, they're all 1, 2, and 3rd Brigade in the Union Army. Not all, but 90%. That means I can't differentiate this except if it had a experienced star on it. Maybe by... Can I see the commander? I know it's fog of war, so it's kind of... It makes it hard for me to not... But I lose a lot of immersion. They're just like generic charging AI troops. It would be better if I knew these... It's part of the game's immersion and role-playing thing here, isn't it? So the entire Union Army is... I mean, I'll have to say, they are focusing. So I'll give them that. But it's a really weird river crossing maneuver. I'm not even sure they are actually across. They might actually be on the left side of the river. Like, game programming wise. So I suppose there's so many of them that they're just asking to be outflanked, aren't they? And the horse artillery still refuses to do anything. Okay, I guess I have to position the horse artillery a bit to the front. Sometimes when you order an artillery battery to fire at the unit, it will adjust itself, change direction, or even move. This time, no, they didn't. Okay. So what do you feel about this second battery attack here with their 15 guns? Do you think this is a good AI programming? Do you like this? Is this fun? Fun gameplay? I'll answer that for you. No, it's not. It's fairly horrible. Seven o'clock in the evening, and wait, they're already running away? Yeah, they're broken. Okay, that was fast. That was fast, but we have... These guys are nervous. Oh, okay. I don't know what they're doing. They're nervous, so they're falling back, but yeah. Alright, so our... Oh, look at this. The horse artillery is stable, nervous as well. Huh. Yeah, our center is breaking. Here I was bragging about how strong my position was. I suppose those newly recruited troops were... Oh, 2nd Mississippi decided to cancel his orders. You see what I was saying about... I'll probably have to tell him to march towards the battle 4 or 5 times. It's not uncommon. Okay, yeah, we are being overrun here. All right, fine. I will pull my left flank over to the center or right, if you insist. I'll even yeah, this is what I'll do. Show you river crossings. Advance on the left side, boys. So how we're doing here? Not so good. The Morse is falling back. Can I send out some skirmishes still from Roddy's brigade? They are unstable. These guys are really scared, like, oh, the Union is coming. And now when they go to the ford, watch them mess up. At last the horse artillery is opening up. So 1st Alabama it's just holding the line all alone. Because the rest of the brigade is just too scared to engage. Alright. I guess... Can these guys shoot down here? Like over the river valley here? It would be cool if you could engage all the way over there. Not so sure about that. Let's see if... Oh! You know what? We have reinforcements arriving here. What I really want is the 3rd Mississippi to help. Right here. Are we in... I can hear melee sound. I mean, even though... Right. Who's their front brigade here? It might sound weird, but I'm not too worried. I mean, this is such a clusterfuck, low cohesion, river crossing situation. And first Alabama here, they're just pounding them from up on the hill. They're not in a fort though. Yeah, sure, they are. It's a pretty sneaky attack. I have to give them that. Have we already? Let's go. Let's take out their artillery. Wait. No. Is that the artillery? Are they firing? Idle? Well rested? I'd like him to help, like either move or start, if you have line of sight, open up. Okay, so I'll move him up here, see if that helps. Did both Roddy? Yeah, they're running away, aren't they? But they're actually running to... They're not off the field yet, so I think that you can rally them. Alright, we have 3rd Mississippi in place. It's a very rookie brigade. But they seem to be in a little bit better shape than the previous. I'm just going to place them in this fortification here. So they can gain a bit of experience. And yeah, we have the Mississippi sharpshooters now. I guess I'll place them here. So we have 2nd Mississippi Division taking up the line here. And the Union Army isn't in great shape, as you can tell. They're being shut up. We only lost 94 men, and the Union has lost 4,500. That gives a ratio 1-45. It's the best in the war so far. It's not gonna last. Oh shit! Look at the 1st Alabama. They are they're shaking. Let's rally them. They are withdrawing though. They had enough. They lost 4,500 men. 5,500 men. Yeah. I'm gonna go with double speed. I still like... Is there anything I can fire on here? Don't know. Do I want to inflict more losses? Yeah, I do. It just feels unfair. This battle is like... It's like seal clubbing. That's what it is. I enjoy leveling up my troops. I guess I don't enjoy seal clubbing as much. Advance. 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 We have 43 minutes to bag some more Union troops. Idle. I wonder if I should... Can I... gonna have them advance. All right. I think this might be one of the final battles of the war that you're seeing, and it's a slaughter. Although I'd give the AI, it did a good concentration of force. It was just terrible execution. Terrible. That's being nice. It's just such a disaster. All right, 13,000 losses to our 95. So that's a 130 to 1 loss ratio. Good job, AI. Good job. Well, I'm not gonna. Okay, this is a hard battle for them to win, and they're desperate. I am taking Washington and Baltimore. But I'd say the campaign is that this is the final nail in the coffin. If Burnside's loss at Alexandria in Virginia was ill-fated, this counteroffensive versus Baltimore just confirms that the Union Army is not proficient enough. They suffer too many losses. They're not able to fight the elite Union Confederate Army. So it's a good end to the war. But the reason for it isn't the resources, it's the weak tactical battle AI, just for your information. We captured 9,000 rifles. Yeah, only been dropped once. 7,000 prisoners. Pretty sure we have some overcrowding here. But I think I'm building to 234% overcrowding in Richmond. Right, but we have 2 prisoner camps coming online. How much money do we have? 20 million. We can build another prison camp. By all means. Seems we're gonna need them. Auto placement. We're gonna auto place it. It costs 4.4 million. Boom. Where's this? Near Brownsville. Yeah, alright. So we have... Okay. We have another... I think we're gonna auto-resolve this. It's the Army of Richmond again. 5th or 6th time I'm chasing this Army of New England. We're just gonna auto-resolve it. Whatever that makes it do. Funny story here. Gonna move Lee up to the rest of his army along with the artillery corps. What's this? Charlottesville. I think this is the... Yeah, this is the auto result. We took 600 prisoners of war. We actually... Okay, so we actually suffered half their losses. So auto resolve... This is the first battle I ever auto resolved, I think. And considering they should have no morale, no readiness, they've been defeated over and over the entire summer. I think they put up a pretty good fight. Excuse me, losing only twice the amount of troops we did. So it's not super good to auto resolve. That's the conclusion. Right. Pickett's Corps. Okay. Well, we're falling back to whatever this town's name is. So what you gonna do now, Union Army? We are down to 51 morale, so yeah, the Union. I think it's falling apart now. It's been a long while coming. We're taking over Baltimore, and I think we can just march into. So it seems Army of Northern Virginia is broken here. Is it the arrow that isn't advancing but has a line on it? Isn't that like, I'm withdrawing icon? We'll send the North Carolinians into Washington here. We should also send the South Carolinians in there. We have 1st Corps. 25,000. They might put up a fight. They might actually put up a fight. There's a battle of Winchester. Army of James. All right, that was the Army of James headquarter, one guy, but he lost 847 prisoners. Weird, I know. Third Corps, that's a new unit. I don't recognize that. That's probably recently recruited. Yeah, you can see they only have 14 out of 20,000. We could march over there and engage them with... I can't be bothered. Are we inside Washington? Yes, we are. Let's move the entire army in here, so that if there is a battle, Lee will have all his forces available. And I noticed something. You might think that within the same command circle you will all be called into the same battles. That's not the case, actually. For example, the artillery corps stopped a bit earlier. They could be engaged on their own, as far as I understand it. So you need to place them on top of each other, which is hard. Same here. Army headquarters, try to put it on top of the other two corps underneath it. And he won't move. He wants to stand over there. You can't have him adjust. Oh, now he's adjusting. All right. All right. Maybe the last battle of the war. They managed to scrunch together 30,000. And we got into Washington first, but it's their state. And I don't know who's going to be the defender. Our army was on the right side of the ledger in the siege menu before the battle. Or pre-field battle combat. 60 versus... Okay, we are outnumbering them 2-1. Lee's army isn't the best. It's not by far. I broke up the army of Northern Virginia and I sent all the best troops into Army of Shenandoah. So this is basically the crap troops, but still I mean, come on. It's not gonna go well. Okay, we are attacking them, so that's gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna do this a setup off map, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Thanks for watching, etc.